This video was packed full with what you would expect from Flor Jansen. Truly one of the greatest singers of all time, and I loved her in this more intimate, quieter setting. It was absolutely stunning. You're gonna love this one. Silhouette.
As far as my eyes can see, there are shadows approaching me, and to those I left behind, I wanted you to know you've always shared my deepest thoughts. You follow where I go, and when I'm old and wise, bitter words mean little to me. Autumn winds will blow right through me, and someday, in the midst of time, when they ask me if I knew you, I'd smile and say you were a friend of mine, and the sadness would be lifted from my eyes.
We're getting some fantastic sounds here. So I'm not actually used to hearing Flor in this context, where it's just her on a stage. The song is actually quite peaceful and calm. There are often moments in Nightwish's music where it's very calm and peaceful, but the context is still very grand. It's very large. Could be Wembley Stadium, right? This is different. This is like a television set almost. Very simple stage. We've got a beautiful tree going on in the background. Simply Flor on the stage by herself. And we get to hear this beautiful melodic voice. The other thing that's a bit different is I'm not used to watching and listening to Flor in a recent performance. I'm usually years behind. Sometimes like 8+ years behind. But this video was posted 2 months ago. I don't know when exactly this performance was, but it seems recent.
As far as my eyes can see, there are shadows approaching me.
That rhythm is so folky. Ba-da-dee-da-da-dum-bum-bee-da-da-dum-ba-da-bim-ba-rum. It's a nice rhythm. I'm not familiar with this song at all. I don't know if you are, if you know this from before. It's Alan Parsons from 1982, I think. I've never heard this one before. Or maybe I have, and the context is just challenging me. But so nice to hear her in this kind of folky vibe. Very plain, not in the way that she's singing it, but the melody is just gentle, easy to listen to, and nice.
And to those I left behind,
Legato.
I wanted you to know you've always shared my deepest thoughts. You follow where I go.
Ah, it's such a beautiful sound. I love the way she sings the deepest thought. Da, 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 da. There's an intimacy there. I like it.
Wanted you to know you've always shared my deepest thoughts. You follow where I go, and when I'm old and wise, bitter words mean little to me. Autumn winds will blow right through me.
Oh, it's such a beautiful melody. In this kind of setting too, it's nice to hear these little details. Things that you can't really do on a grand scale or on a really large scale when you're performing with so much sound, guitar, drums, explosions, and fireworks. Sometimes you have to work hard just to get the text to be audible at all. But in this kind of setting where it's a little bit more inward, you can get those little details and small diction things. She's almost able to pull us in closer, which is really fascinating. And a good skill and a hard skill to acquire as a singer is how can you pull the audience to you? How can you bring them closer? It's really cool.
Bitter words mean little to me. Autumn winds will blow right through me, and someday, in the midst of time, when they ask me if I knew you, I'd smile and say you were a friend of mine, and the sadness would be lifted from my eyes. Oh, when I'm old and wise.
This beautiful, triumphant major chord at the end. I am adding this to my list right now of songs that I want to learn and sing.
As far as my eyes can see, there are shadows surrounding me, and to those I leave behind, I wanted you to know you've always shared my darkest hour. I'll miss you where I go.
Something I'm really appreciating now, and I want to highlight this, is how it still sounds like Fleur's voice in a different context. Because it could very easily be that you recognize Fleur only when she sings with Nightwish, and it's really powerful stuff. She can do that so well. But the fact that it really still sounds like her in this more intimate, quieter, smaller setting, it's really the focus is on the melody and the lyrics rather than power. But you still hear that, and it's unquestionably Fleur Jansen. It speaks to the fact that no matter what genre she's singing in, no matter what key it's in, how powerful it is, how high, how low, how much volume is needed, at the center of it all is her core voice, her sound. I could listen to this with my eyes closed. Instantly, I would know it's her. And that might seem kind of a strange thing to talk about or to highlight, but believe it or not, a lot of singers, you would not recognize them in different contexts. The live version of the singer versus the studio version, right? We've all heard that. Somebody singing live that we're used to hearing on the radio or on Spotify, and you hear them live and you're like, oh my gosh. A lot of effects added to their voices, but Fleur's is natural and beautiful, and we know it's her instantly.
When I'm old and wise, heavy words that tossed and blew me, like autumn winds will blow right through me, and someday, in the midst of time, when they ask you if you knew me, remember that you were a friend of mine. As the final curtain falls before my eyes, oh, and I'm old and wise.
I really love the gentleness that she's giving this. Again, I'll just reiterate the fact that in this kind of context, she can just just give that little bit of extra S there. It's very refined. This is like fine dining if it were singing. And I would love to hear more of her in this context too. Both are great. Love them equally, but it's just a nice change from what I'm used to. It's kind of like when Fleur performs on the Beste Zangers. That is a really nice set. I really enjoyed that kind of setting with her because she does sometimes sing some really powerful things on there, but there's an intimacy and a closeness that you don't often get when she's with the full band. So this is really exciting. And it actually shows off her range quite well. She was singing some really hefty low notes in there. She's not going too high yet, but the higher notes in the voice in this piece in particular are really beautifully shaped. She's having no trouble with them at all. A nice open mouth shape. It's gorgeous. In all the videos I've done, she's not missed yet.
As far as my eyes can see, as far as my eyes can see.
Stunning. Oh, that was nice. That was such a perfect way to end this piece. So we got that little hint of metal in there too, right? So there was some fire. The drums came in, boom, 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 and then she ramped up the energy. And then when the piece ended, we come back to that softness. Oh, I love that. I love the fact that even though we had a textural change, she didn't really change that much vocally. It got a little bit higher, but it was still beautiful. And the focus is always in our singing to sound good, no matter what. And she sounds good. I need to hear that again. So a lot of really great things happening in this little section. So that's that higher belt sound, right? That we're so used to hearing her do. And there's a really even vibrato, opens the mouth. She floats over top of the texture underneath. It's really beautiful. But we're also going to hear her flip up into that beautiful head voicey sound that she sometimes uses. It's a bit gentler. It's floatier. Is floatier a word? I don't think so. Maybe. But she's in a floatier space. So that note still was still in the chest. So nice high mixed belt. Now she's gonna flip. Can you hear the timbre change? It sounds like a different color. Listen to this. So in a span of a few seconds, she goes from a high belt to a mixed belt to her head voice. And then that note there, that's in her head voice, okay? Or like female falsetto, there's kind of debate on what language we should use, but for simple terms, we'll just say head voice. And she straight tones that top note, and it's perfectly in tune, like so absolutely in tune. And then she adds some vibrato shimmer to that. Listen to this. So she's using the vibrato to keep herself in tune. She nails the straight tone, but straight tone is really hard to keep in tune when you're sustaining it for a long time. So she throws in some vibrato just to keep herself in the right note.
As far as my eyes can see.
Very nice. Exceptional performance. Yeah. So in that, what was that, like a 20-second chunk of time, maybe 25 seconds, she did a lot. And what is that doing to the song? It's making it more interesting. It's giving us a very dramatic finish. It's adding some variety to the piece that already had quite a lot of variety. We had the kind of soft, easygoing folk music kind of vibe, and then it grew a little bit more. And then, of course, we got this metal section, and then we bring it back at the end, something nice and soft. As I said, she never misses.